Stefan, can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you. I can hear and see you. Perfect.
Perfect. Stefan, thank you very much for your interest. I'll try to give a short presentation of the product, and then I hope we can both think over if that might be interesting for the market and for you in the market also.
Okay.
Our company, Jalinga, produces interactive studios for, this is an audiovisual studio for learning, for e-learning, for remote learning, for conducting online conferences, meetings, webinars, and for shooting video content, lectures, seminars, educational videos of different types. A gradually growing video content market has received a big boost in 2019, and it is down to COVID pandemic. We all have to face the new reality where every sphere of life has changed, and of course education also. And quality standards also themselves, they have grown significantly, and now we have to shoot and we have to conduct events and video content of a high quality, very professional one. So Jalinga Studio actually gives such opportunity, and what's more important, we can reduce expenses on shooting video content and on organizing interactive events. So we can make it cheaper, we can make it quicker, because we don't need a big team of specialists. At the moment, I'm standing in the studio, in Jalinga Studio alone, and all the interaction with the objects of my presentation, and I'll do myself. There is no one else in the studio at the moment. I'm here alone. So Jalinga Studio. So let me show how our studio looks like. This is our studio from a different angle. This is a little bit simplified picture. So this is how the studio looks like, and I'm standing right here. So this is me. You can imagine. So this is a new generation of video studios for recording lectures, conducting online events. The studio consists of a licensed software and professional hardware equipment, which allows users to save time and money on processing video content. This is a breakthrough technology, and it has no analogs in the world at the moment. We have a camera here, so if I look right in front of myself, I see I look directly into the camera, and I also see you for right here in this very display.
Okay.
So,
to keep the eye contact. Yeah.
Exactly. So I look directly at my spectators or my colleagues, and it's very convenient to communicate. There is no need to think about how I should act in front of the camera. It's very natural. So there is a sensor glass board which is quite unique, and the technology is patented. This very stand is a sensor glass board, and it's standing right in front of me. So if I touch it, I can show interactive virtual panel of tools. So we have here, for example, we have a pencil, so we can write or draw. We have a highlighter, so we can, using different colors, we can underline or whatever. We have a recycle bin, so we can delete everything at once. We have a physical eraser, so we can also delete the information virtual with a physical eraser. We have a pointer, so if I use the pointer, I can operate with my objects. I can make it smaller, I can make it bigger, I can hide it from my spectators, I can show it again. So
this can be any kind of PC content, or it doesn't matter if it's an Excel sheet or Word or a graphic element, or so where the element came from, so or come from.
From anywhere. It's just a simple picture.
It's just an HDMI input, or is it a PC would provide this input, or is it an HDMI signal what gives me this this feature?
We have our own computer in the studio. It is located here out of the frame. Here we have a computer, and this is the head display of the computer. So it's a computer which keeps the software and which helps to operate, which unifies all the equipment.
Make also the green screen thing, and so it's a kind of digital video mixer in a PC. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, we can say it in this way.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So this, all this interaction makes the software. So if I use the sensor glass board and I use my fingers, so I can show the virtual panel, or I can write or draw, or I can use an invisible highlighter instead of my finger. So if I want to draw, I can do it with a highlighter.
So I can really write on the glass board, and I can see it.
Exactly.
Correct.
And the image mirrors, so it's easy for me to write, to draw. It mirrors, and it's not complicated. It's not complicated. So I write it just exactly as you see it, in the same way, from left to right. This white backdrop, this one, is used for receiving the picture from our projector. Here we have a projector which receives the pictures, the objects of my presentation. So this very scheme, the one that you see here, I mean the scheme of the studio, I see myself right here.
So you have as a control picture, so you exactly know what you send to the other side.
Exactly.
Or the program feed.
Yes, and I see myself here. So the projector gives the image from the camera and from the presentation. So on this white backdrop, 45 degrees to the right, this is my right hand. I see the scheme and I see myself. So I can, when I draw and I write, I look 45 degrees to the right here, and I write on this very sensor glass board. And of course, it stays clean.
And the small display on the glass board on your right hand side is showing really only the content. This one is showing only the content, or does it also show the same thing what the projectors show?
At the moment, it can do both. Actually, it can do both. It's just up to me how I set it. At the moment, it shows a zoom window, and it shows absolutely the same picture as I see in front of me.
Okay.
So I see you in front of me, and I see the same display on my right.
And the other two, what content did you see on that one?
A very good question. The other two are used for those objects which are on my left. So if I take the object on my left,
and then you're watching in the direction and see the object. Okay, got it.
Absolutely. There are two of them, one a little bit higher and one a little bit lower. So it's just for keeping the right eye contact with them. Just a second.
Okay.
So just the right eye contact with them. Just a second. So if I want to switch from one slide to another, I use my two fingers, and I also use the sensor glass board for it. So here's another slide, and this is an example of how we can use it for educational purposes. For example, this is an English lesson, and we have a task to fill the gaps, and we can do it together with our students. So we can do it simultaneously, and we can open the right words and show the right words to our students together with them. Or we can use, of course, a pencil and do the same. So we can do it in this way. What else? We can show pictures with high resolution, so we can circle objects with the highlighter. For example, this is a map. And we can change the scale. We can show different areas of the picture, and using the highlighter, we can focus attention on details for our students. We can show animated objects, for example, GIF objects. I think you know. So we can show different pictures like this, and also we don't need any post-production or after work. We do it on the spur of the moment in real time, and that's the main feature. So we don't need to pay and to hire specialists to make it any post-production. So we do it at the same time on the spur of the moment.
Okay. Okay. No,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we can show 3D objects, for example, like this. This is a 3D object of a graph, so we can also show it to our students, and we can change the scale also. And since the software is made by us, regular software updates gradually expand the number of educational issues and applications, so this studio can be effectively used in, and this is one of them. This object was customly made for our end customer, and before that we didn't have this object, and then we just expanded the possibilities of this very program. What else? We can show internet resources, internal links, or any other links actually on the internet, and we can scroll websites, and we can show audio, video files from these websites also.
Hello, this video was created in Jalinka Studio without using a special crew and editing.
Did you get my audio from a speaker system, or did you? How do you get my audio?
We have a speaker in the studio. It's located exactly on our computer, which is I think 10 centimeters out of the frame, the main computer, and there is a speaker lying on the computer, and I can perfectly hear you around the studio everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, so as I have said, we can show different links, we can show different websites, and we can use this product for marketing purposes also and for internal education. For example, some of our customers are like big corporations who have some internal educational systems where they have to educate their employees. So they use this studio for internal purposes, not just educational institutions. So we can do it easily also. What's more, you have already asked me about this. So this slide is used to demonstrate how we can locate, how we can put the objects on the slide. So they can be on my left, they can be on my right, and we can work with them, so keeping an eye contact with the right objects and left objects, just like this. We can also delete the speaker from the video, from the frame, and so it happens like this. So I disappear, and so
just brings the presentation in total front, so the main video. And, okay.
Absolutely, yes. When there is no need to be in front of the camera, we can do it in this way. And of course, I don't change my my position. Yes, exactly. So I'm standing here, and this how it happens.
Do you also have a function that you can make your video smaller, that you in the video, but you will just bring yourself in a corner, or is it also possible?
This is a very good question. Actually, I think I'm sure that our IT department is working on it to add one more camera. So this camera will be able to show the image of the speaker in this or that corner, so it can be set beforehand. Yes, so
Okay.
we are working on it, exactly.
Well, I think I got pretty much the idea and how it works. So, oh, now we got a video loop. Oh, I see myself. Oh, good.
Or even like this.
Yeah, now I see myself full screen. Yeah. Um, the question is, your business model is to sell the software and the equipment, or or the full equipment, or what is your business model exactly? Because the setup, it's a mixture of course, already known techniques. Only the whiteboard from the back side. I have seen this already from Extron. You maybe have it's from your maybe or not. I don't know. But the control of it, it's interesting because to control the whole situation with the whiteboard or with a I don't know what's an exact name for it is. It's quite interesting because I need to understand what is your business model, and maybe do you have something like a technical drawing how it work together?
Yes, yes, Stefan. Generally, we organize our partnership with our partners in the following way. So you're absolutely right. We can assemble the studio using local market of our partners. So there is no need to buy the whole studio and install it. I think 90% of the parts which the studio consists of can be bought separately and can be assembled, except for the two of them. This is the sensor glass board, so we produce it ourselves, and the platform with the teleprompter, the one that I showed on the first slide. So let me get back to explain it easier. So so this glass board and this platform, which keeps the camera and the teleprompter. We also have a teleprompter here to operate it. The teleprompter is a part of the software and the hardware. So these two
Devices are the core devices for the PC, or also the PC have to be provided from you, or only the software for the PC?
only the software.
Okay.
So these are the two unique devices and plus software. This is what we generally supply our partners with, and then we together we assemble, we buy the parts, and we assemble the studio in their premises or in the premises of their end clients together. Generally, you know, the settings are quite I need to find the word. The settings are very exact. We have to be
Yeah.
so.
We have to set up the studio the way it should be, with the right diameters and the right distances. It's pretty much the same. If I have a telepresence room, I need the right distance to the screens and the right height to the screens and the right seating position and the right lighting. So
Exactly, absolutely.
yeah.
You know
So
everything.
we come from the broadcasting part. So we set up studios before we started being in the standard AV business. So we coming from the broadcast area. So we know how to set up studios and how to do lighting and or lights, not lightning, sorry, in the studio, and also of course microphones and audio setups and these things. So it's not new to us, and we know what the teleprompter is, and so it's standard.
Yes. So and that's it. So generally, we suggest our partners to set up a demo studio to show to the prospective clients for them to come and to try to do it themselves, to shoot video,
Okay.
to conduct online events, and then when they touch it, when they click it, when they feel themselves how it works. The demo studio, this is the first thing our partners generally assemble to show it to the end customers, and then it goes wider and wider, and the customers begin to buy the studio themselves. This demo studio can be rented out, and this is also the way it can be promoted. So we start the promotion. We advertise the studio on the internet with the help of our partners and ourselves. We do a lead generation, and we redirect warm leads to our partners. So we do ourselves lead generation, and this is what we do at the moment. And actually that's it. The partners get the information from the internet, or they come and rent the studio out, so you can earn money on renting the studio out, and then you sell the studio to those who are interested.
Okay, and the problem is you need space to run the studio, because in the moment we don't have any space left in our office area, and then our main customers are normally use these kind of techniques in their own studios. So what it's maybe interesting, but I have to discuss this internally, because in the first moment I just wanted to get the idea and the function of the whole thing, and you also provide some videos online, so then I can show it my colleagues, and so we have to decide, is it a product what fits in our product line, because it's we are not in the rental business. We are on the fixed installation business today. We don't want to get in the situation that we have to run or that we implement a studio at a customer site, and then we have to run the studio and work with the customer if he has some questions, and sit all side beside the people. So like you said, it have to be used on their own. But this is also maybe a problem. What if the customer buys the studio from us, then he expects to get the service and and need quick help if they want to set up a meeting or important meetings.
Yes, it can be set up in a showroom or demonstration room. No need to rent it out, actually. So everyone is to choose the best way for its local market. Some of our partners, they don't install the demo studio, and they just ask their customers if that might be interesting. What studio do they use at the moment, and might that kind of interaction with the objects and this level of conducting online events interesting for them, and if they have money for it, of course, because this studio is comparatively expensive, I think, if we compare it to some a little bit how to say, I forgot the word. Yes, if we compare
That's the
it
same
with
problem. So the English is not your mother language, or
more simple, a little bit more simple. Yeah, of course. I'm not a native speaker.
Yeah,
I'm Russian.
like
I'm
me.
Russian.
Okay, but you live in the UK, or
I live in Moscow. We have
Ah.
our company is an international one. We have offices in London. We have office in Moscow. Our head office is Moscow. Is in Moscow. And we have a studio at the moment in Poland, in Latvia, in Lithuania. So we are growing, and it's down to pandemic. We had to stop a little bit, and now we feel that the time has come, and since the middle of summer, we are showing this product to our partners, our prospective partners, and these studios have we have a great demand in the CIS countries and in Russia. It is growing twice if it is compared to the previous year. So our major customers are universities, colleges, schools, and big corporates like who have internal educational
Needs.
yes, needs purposes. Exactly.
Yeah, we are also only working in the corporational business, so we only have business companies as customers. We don't been in universities or in the education sector, because the problem, it's probably only in Germany a problem. They don't have enough money to spend for these kind of techniques. They pretty much need these kind of techniques, but they don't have not enough money in the budgets to buy these such things like that. Um, but anyways,
It sounds really.
uh, can you provide to me some technical drawings, please? And of course, what is the price point and what it's needed from our side? So like the green wall, the lights, and maybe the projector and screens, of course, that can be provided from our side. Or of course, we can take, instead of a projector, a big LCD screen, I guess. Um, and but that I get the puzzle together so that I know what kind of parts it's needed, what kind of cost is it behind it, what is the regular margin
Yeah.
on our side, and to really to understand how the full thing is set up, and how we can use it.
Yes, definitely. I'll send the whole information to you, Stefan. Regarding the green backdrop, actually we have two backdrops. White backdrop and the black backdrop. These are paper backdrops, and there should be a green backdrop also as a chroma key for, for such for which purposes. And this will be announced soon in our demo studio also. So we are working on the third backdrop. At the moment we have two of them, so black and white. We have different settings in the software for it also. What else should I say? About the margin. So the margin for each studio it differs from 15 to 30% from the price of the studio. We have different types of studios. There are, I think, four of them. The simplest studio is called Jalinka Compact, and the most rich and the biggest studio, which gives much more opportunities, is called Jalinka Premium Plus with teleprompter. And of course, at the moment, I am here in this very Premium Plus studio. Of course, it has the biggest sensor glass board. The differences are mainly in the equipment. So the biggest studio has 93 inches diagonal sensor touch board. The smallest studio has 68 inches sensor touch board. They differ also in some equipment, but I don't think I have to specify everything. I better send the information to you. They'll be all explained, and the studios are even compared to each other,
Yes,
including their characteristics. They are described very in details. Yeah.
Okay, and it would be nice to get the technical drawing. How is the technical setup? So what cable goes from the teleprompter to the PC and backwards to get it, and so on, so that we get a technical overview. How is the setup? How complicated, or how many cables we need and cable lengths we need to do things like that, to understand the full program. Is there a chance to get a demo software then for just as we can see the software, how is it software overview on the PC? Is there a chance to get something like that?
Yes, we have here resources
Okay.
thing,
On,
so you can download for free our software. This software helps to prepare presentations, so you can download it at home or at work and try to make such kind of presentations, interactive presentations, and you can understand how it will look like when you start working in the studio. Yes, so so we have two types of software. The one that is internal, which helps to make it work like this, and the second software which helps to prepare presentations. So this very software is free.
Okay, this is the one to prepare the presentation, and the other software, what is then installed on the PC, what is doing the video mixing part, let's say, and the control part, it's a different software.
Yeah.
And this is okay. But this one is not available as a test because you need a bot to run it.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. This is just a part. Actually, we sell our studios in everywhere as a turnkey solution. So if we sell our studio to the end customers, we sell it as a turnkey solution. So we sell the studio, we deliver the studio, we install the studio, and we educate the end customers how to work with it for 5 days. So we cover everything, and we think that at the first step with our partners, we're going to do the same process ourselves also. So we think that there will be not much needed from you. You don't have to. You are not asked to install the studio to know where this cable should be or that. So at the moment we think that if you have some potential customers, someone who might be interested, we are ready to organize a Zoom demonstration like this, like we are doing at the moment. So I can show it to your customers, and then we can even come and install the studio. So there is not much needed at the first step from you as a partner. We think that we can grow and work together gradually, and after that, your team of specialists who can come and install and set up the studio can take their part a little bit later.
Okay, understood. Good. Yeah, then I think the next step should be that you provide the information I ask for, and then I talk to our sales team internally and do a presentation. If they are interested to have a other slot with you, I will give you a mail and ask for it. And so that should be the next step, what we can do.
Yes, Stefan. So I have recorded our presentation. So if you